All right, hey witches, it's Jen from Witch Life, and I'm back for the card of the week. Okay, card mention of the week, and honestly, truly, I think I'm gonna use 2 decks this time because both of these have been talking to me and calling to me when I said, which deck, Spirit, are we going to give our message from? And this one popped up first, but then this one was also saying, hey, pick me, pick me, pick me, pick me. So maybe we'll do both. Let's do something different and do 2 different decks, okay? Actually, honestly, I might have done that last week. I don't remember what we went over last week, and that's terrible. I'm supposed to keep up with these things, but maybe one of y'all keeps up with this better than I do. So if you do, if you're that person, then go ahead, sorry my lash, and put down in the comments below what last week's message was and what it meant to you. Actually, I think last week we did have 2 cards. We had 2 cards from the same deck, I believe. Man, time flies. I don't keep up with this. Usually I remember, but this time I'm having a struggle. Maybe something to do with this headache that I have. So anyway, let's go ahead and pull a card of the week from the Isis Oracle. This is the pocket edition, so it is smaller. As you can see, it fits in my hands. And the meanings are on the back of the card. However, this baby boo does not come with a guide deck. I think, did I do a walkthrough of these? Probably not. Does not come with a guide deck. Now, the larger version comes with a guide deck that is so useful that I'm in love with it. I don't have it, but my cousin Tony has it, so I consult his guidebook occasionally as well. So with that, without further ado, let's get into the card of the week for Isis. I'm going to shuffle and then let the card pop out, and then we're going to do the other deck, and then we're going to look at them side by side. So, let's do your card of the week. All right, got the card of the week for my viewers, followers, watchers. Card of the week. Now we have the angel card. Angels, what do you have as a message for this week for the people who are going to be seeing this video? Okay. And I think I should have 2 cards, but sorry, my brother's downstairs watching the game, so yeah. So we had 2 cards, but the other one ended up falling back into the fold before I could catch it, so I'm sorry. We just not gonna read that one, it's cool. So have the Isis cards, what the front of it looks like. I'm not looking at the back, trust me, I'm not looking at it, just letting you see it. And then we have the angel, archangel card here. Now, I have not looked at them. Let's get into it. Let's just get all intuitive and read it and go off of it, okay? I don't know why I'm talking so much. It's 3 minutes and 30 seconds, and I still hadn't even gotten to the card, so I apologize. So the Isis card here, so you can look at it while I read it, is Scales of Balance. Ooh, balance, balance. I was doing a reading for someone earlier today, and this came up twice in it. Balancing, give and take, directing and flowing. Play and solitude are all ways to heal the relationship between the inner masculine and feminine energies. I feel like I need to say that again for some of y'all. Balancing, give and take, directing and flowing, play and solitude are ways to heal the relationship between the inner masculine and feminine energies. Connection with the body is the most powerful form of healing for the feminine energy, as it holds the secret to divine feminine wisdom. So dance, sing, and play. Okay, that's a message from Isis here, from the Isis deck. It is connecting to our inner selves and our divine feminine. It's male or female. All of us have divine masculine and female energies inside of us, within us, in our spirit. I was just explaining that to a friend yesterday, and talking about how a certain male friend of mine exudes or exhibits more from his feminine aspect, and I exhibit more from my masculine aspect when we're around each other, and that's how we mesh. because we balance each other out. But I can do a whole ramble about that. But connecting with your inner self and balancing those energies are very important. But that goes to mental health as well. So it's like balancing the energies of what we carry from our father and our mother. Those, some people it's traumas and some people it's just memories, okay, of the attitude and the type of, what am I trying to say? The way that they coped and dealt with things, and the way you were raised, the way you witnessed your father interact with your mother, if you had those, even if it's the uncle and your aunt, or your uncle, your mother, your brother and your sister, your brother and yourself. All those things that are passed down to you, that are inherited, or that run in your bloodline, and your family line, they all have an impact and an effect on you. So it may not be passed down to you or passed on to you because it's your brother, but it imprinted onto you because you witnessed them interacting in the way they talk and manage and handle their feelings and emotions, and when it comes to other people and when it comes to just them, right? So all of those things come to us and they land and imprint and blend into our energies and in who we are. So we gotta learn how to balance those energies. And it's not always a traumatic experience. It could be fun. It could be something that makes you laugh when you remember that. Then that's wonderful. It could be something like, okay, I didn't think nothing of it. And then you realize, like, wow, I have a tendency to look at guys this way because my brother was a hoe growing up. I don't trust guys because of that. But you know, it's fun. I could be one of the guys because that's how my brother treated me, or it's how my uncle was with my mom, stuff like that. But that is not what I meant to do. But I meant to just, I don't know why I just honed in on that part, because really, what I wanted to do was really just hone in on the sing, dance, and play part. So whichever part of that resonates with you, take it and run with it. But for some of you watching, the message here really is to ignite that inner childhood and have those fond memories, or create new memories that will make you think back and be happy and feel childlike and princess-like. For some of y'all, I hear princessy. Maybe you like to play with dolls, or maybe you like to make believe that you're a princess in your castle, things like that. So whatever gets you that inner feminine joy, I guess, that igniting spirit, get into that. Go for it, okay? Indulge in that and really rebond with that part of yourself and remember what that feels like. Because for a lot of us, especially now, it's a stressful time, we're kind of forgetting how to relax and have a good time and play and really get in touch with ourselves and who we are. Some of us may not be the feminine aspect, some of us may be the masculine aspect, but I feel like it's touching on the feminine aspect, because if you are a female and you're having to take up the mantle, as we would like to say in Christian terms, growing up Christian, you having to take over and you have to do certain things and take on certain responsibilities, looking at it in the traditionalist aspect as, you know, wearing the pants. And now I have to take over everything. And then a lot of people say, I agree, it's in a masculine aspect. Sorry, I'm shaking the thing here. So you're in touch with your masculine energy. Actually, you're the provider, you're the go-getter, you're the person who's in charge and taking care of everything. But let's not remember our feminine side and our feminine qualities, and it's okay to indulge in that because you need a balance. Nothing's wrong with you tapping into that masculine side. Nothing's wrong with you living and dwelling in that feminine side, but you need a balance of that to be whole in yourself. Because I'm trying to start a whole lecture here, but I feel one coming. I'm going to say this really quickly, and we'll move on to the other card. We have a whole other card here that we still haven't touched on. A lot of people, some people, I'll just put it this way. Some people feel the need to have a significant other to complete them, someone else to complete them. And you'll hear some people saying that, you're whole by yourself. You don't need somebody to complete yourself. And a lot of times when you hear that, you're like, yeah, that sounds great, but how do I actually act on that? How do I implement that? What does that mean to me? And for some people, bringing this full circle, that literally means igniting and indulging and learning to balance those energies within yourself and those habits and traits within yourself, personality traits, habits, stuff like that, that is the masculine and the feminine. Now, I know a lot of people may say, well, I don't do gender norms or gender roles and stuff like that. They're there because they were ingrained into us scientifically with evolution and so on and so forth. Because I know some people are like, oh, it's a creation method of evolution. I think it's a combination of both. But people have to evolve over time, just like plants and vegetation evolve over time, okay? So let's get past that argument. But they were there. These gender roles were there because naturally, by society standards and how people are and evolve over the decades, that's how people fell into that place. And then again, we evolved. So now women are taking on more masculine roles. So people, please don't get offended when I say, these masculine type personality traits versus the feminine personality traits, because it is not meant to say, oh, you're doing a man's job. Well, you can be a woman and do a job. Anybody can do the job is the point that I'm making. Is that we need to balance those energies within ourselves and know how and when to tap into it and maybe not tap into it to feel more complete and have a more well-rounded idea of yourself and understanding of yourself. That way you can reach healing and peace a lot easier. So that was a 12-minute lecture. Actually, it was like 3 minutes of me talking first, so that's 9 minutes of lecturing. All right, let's get into our last card. I almost don't even want to talk about it now. I think it said comfort, yeah. Archangel Azrael, I am with you in your time of need, helping your heart to heal. So again, I mentioned healing a couple of times when going over this card, but yeah, these things, it's a time of healing, okay? It's a lot going on right now. Stuff is stressful. I get it. We're going through a tropical storm over here. We had a hurricane scare over here before, and still got COVID going on. Still have job loss and stuff like that going on. So it is a very stressful time here in the world. And if you made it this far, God bless, because you have a purpose and it still haven't been done yet. So you still got work to do. So with that, these are your messages. I almost don't want to recap it. I feel like I'm going to start the lecture. But tapping into yourself, balancing those divine energies of masculine and femininity. And loving yourself. Remembering how to play and remembering that, or starting creating a new part of you that is more jovial and loving and forthcoming and forgiving and joyous. And then to take comfort, because your angels and your guides and spirit is here to guide you during this period of healing and restoration and rest, because rest is something that keeps coming up in messages as well. So with that, thank you so much for watching all 15 minutes of this, probably, I'm guessing. If this reading resonated with you at all, please leave a comment and like it, share it, so maybe somebody else can get this message that didn't even know they need to hear this. But if you like this reading, please let me know down below, and I'll talk to y'all next time.